is Arkansas at Pine Bluff and their head coach, Monte Coleman. Arkansas at Pine Bluff had a bye week here in Week 10, and this week they will play host to Grambling State at 3:30 on Saturday. Good morning, Coach Coleman. Are you with us?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. If you could talk about some of the things you guys went over during your off week and your preparation this week for Grambling State.
Well, last week was a well-needed week for us. We needed some time off to get some guys with some boo-boos and stuff to heal up, and we did practice pretty much every day. I gave them a couple of days off over the weekend, but it gave us an opportunity to get back into the weight room and spend time in the weight room. Of course, we went on the field and just went over some things that would help us as a team. The coaches were able to get out and do some recruiting, which is well needed. And we're excited about this weekend. We're hosting Grambling here at home. It's our senior night. And Grambling in the last couple of weeks have played extremely well. They went in overtime against Texas Southern. And, of course, they beat Mississippi Valley this past weekend in a shootout. So we're going to have our hands full this weekend, and we've got to be hitting on all cylinders to win this football game. So we're excited to be hosting them. Coach Winston is doing a great job as the interim head coach, and it's going to be a tough game for us.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. The floor is now open for Arkansas Pine Bluff head coach Monte Coleman.
Coach, I see Morrell. Can you talk a little bit about, finally getting the chance to match your team up against the Dennis Winston coach team? Obviously, Coach Winston hasn't been on your staff for a few years.
I don't know what he's done, but the last 2 weeks since he's taken over, their team has gone out and played. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but they played better. They took Texas Southern, who beat us in overtime. They came back and played Valley this last week, and I think they put up 47 points. I think he shuffled some of the personnel around. And knowing Coach Winston and his motivation, the legacy that he has about himself, the pride that he has, it doesn't surprise me that he has a team these last 2 weeks playing the way they're playing. And I know because he was with us last season, he'll definitely have them ready to go from an emotional standpoint this weekend.
Right. And have you ever thought about the fact that this is your last opportunity to win a game at home this year, Coach?
No. Actually, I didn't break it down to those specifics. I'm just trying to win a football game. I don't care if it's here at home or on the road. I want to win a football game, but we definitely want to win this one. It's our last night for our seniors, their last game here in Golden Lion Stadium, and we definitely want to send those guys out with a bang. Of course, we've got 2 games after that, but our last home game and plus for the seniors is very special for us.
Gotcha.
Still taking questions for Monte Coleman, head football coach at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Hey, Coach Coleman, good morning to you. It's Ty Miller from Sheridan Broadcasting.
Hey, Ty, good morning.
Coach, like Coach Jones and others, like Coach Barlow, and who've been on the pro level and the college level, can you talk about the pressures of the head coaching position and the ways you deal with it to relieve some of the stress that you sometimes encounter?
There are a lot of pressures, Ty, that a head coach can put on himself. We all want to be prepared. We want to make sure that the team is prepared, make sure that the coaching staff is putting in the right amount of time to make sure that we are prepared. But some coaches, the way they coach is a little bit different. I don't think you have to be, and I did hear Coach Barlow's comments, and I agree with him. I don't think you have to stay to 12 and 1 o'clock at night or in the morning to accomplish a game plan or put together a game plan. I think periodically you have to do something a little bit different to alleviate the stress and the anxiety that this job puts on you. I heard him say that they go out and they play golf every now and again, and I think that's good. For me personally, I try to take a lunch break every day outside of the building, and go down to the lake or to the river and just watch the ducks and then come back within an hour rejuvenated. And I try to give my coaches an adequate amount of time to spend with their families during the week, and definitely on Sundays. Sundays is an off day for us. We do work on Sundays, but it's not a mandatory day. We come in and we break the film down and from our opponents the weekend, and then we move forward. So it's just a matter of getting out and seeing other things during the week and during the season, because it is a very stressful position.
Is it scary when you hear and see things that you saw this weekend with the NFL head coaches? And I guess it's one thing that you all live with, but it's even scary when you witness that.
It's a reality. It's definitely a reality. And if we don't take care of ourselves with the understanding that we know that we're in a stressful job, then something like that could happen to us. But yes, sir, it's definitely a reality, and a reality check also.
Thank you, Coach.
Do you have any more questions for Coach Coleman, Arkansas Pine Bluff? Coach, just how dangerous is a team like Grambling State after picking up their first win this past weekend?
This is a game that scares me because of their potential. They're working with a lot of momentum right now. They had their little setback against Jackson State, and seem like they've come back with a different attitude. So this is a game that we've got to be hitting on all cylinders. We can't afford to, give them any momentum in this particular football game. Coach Winston, like I said earlier, was a part of my staff last year. Anytime you transfer from one school to another and have the opportunity to play that school, you definitely want to win that football game. And him being the interim head coach there, I know he will have them fired up and ready to go, especially coming off of their first victory last week. So it's going to be a hard-fought football game, and it does concern us here at UAPB that we've got to be playing on all cylinders in order to win this football game.
Coach, I see. This is the first time this year I've heard you say that an opponent actually kind of concerns you. Is it because of the fact that Grambling has come on late? That concerns you. What is it about this team that concerns you? Maybe whereas other teams have not.
And I guess I kind of chose my words wrong, but I understand what you're asking me. I see. I don't worry about any other team but myself. If we can come out and we can play well. Now, the thing with Grambling is playing with a lot of emotions right now. I hadn't gotten a chance to see the Mississippi Valley game. I'll watch that after I get off the conference call. But they're playing with a lot of emotion. So we've got to play well. It's not necessarily what they do, but it's what we do, and we've got to come out. We've got to play well, but it is a team that you definitely got to be concerned with, and I am concerned with because they're a very good football team. I think he's changed some key people around, and right now they're playing with a lot of emotions and playing for Coach Winston.
Okay.